said something right. What are some of your key asks? Like, what are you looking at the government or the insurance companies to sort of consider when they are talking about rare diseases?
So one is data. Research. So that's so out of this journey, myself and a colleague called Christine, we formed Rare Disorders Kenya. So it's a patient-led organization that looks into the rights and the challenges that people are having with rare diseases. So one of our major stakeholders is the government. So we've had that conversation, and they are waking up to that fact, and they're actually open to it. And we've had the time to tell them, give them stories, show them. So with time we're working with them. So one of the things is data. We need data. We need research in this country about rare diseases. Where we'll start or how we'll start now, those are nitty-gritties. Doesn't matter. We need to start. So there's something that we are actually working towards that in the background. So that's one. Two, to have within the NCD department to have like a desk. It's normally not a desk, but like a focal point for all matters rare diseases. Because if you're talking about 7,000 diseases,
and those are many.
Even in this country, they are just that they're misdiagnosed. So we have those. One of the other things that we are asking, at least even bringing awareness. The government, even when they create awareness about other diseases, they need to talk about rare diseases. Even in the medical training schools, doctors need to be
educated
about rare diseases. Because the thing is, most of them, maybe they only have one line about the disease, and that's it. Just a line. So it's just being able to be taught about how to manage or even have a high level of suspicion of what a rare disease is. So if as a doctor, I can be able to start thinking this patient might have a rare disease, then I can be able to refer them in the proper channels. Then when I keep this patient in a loop, they come, they have malaria symptoms, they go, they come, they look like this, they go, and you're kept on this loop. By the time that I'm knowing that what this is, years have passed, you've had interventions that you didn't need, you've had surgery that you didn't need, you're taking medication which is wreaking havoc in you, and then you cannot regain. Your disease has progressed so far off, you can't
get back.
Yes.
Interesting. Because rare diseases is very rare, hence the name really, and that the work for it is also rare as well locally. Globally, how is rare diseases Kenya? Are there any global networks that you're sort of joined with? And what works? What are you working with them on?
We are part of so Rare Diseases International is one of the global groups that has made a difference. In Europe, there's something called Eurodis. Now they take care of Europe, but also push for other things. So they, together with Rare Diseases International, they've been able to push for a UN resolution addressing the challenges of people living with rare diseases. Something that we, Rare Disorders Kenya, were part of in the campaign. And we were able to have a resolution passed on the 16th of December. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, that's huge. I know,
huge.
because us in the obesity space, that is now something that's happening with this next meeting. So I know how huge it is.
So by pushing for that UN resolution, it's like a soft law. So it's a stepping stone. And even then, when we came to our government, wrote to the government and told them, by the way, there's this UN resolution, and we would like as a country to support it, because they were the countries that support and the countries that were driving it. And then Kenya, though a bit late, they came on board and said, yeah, we support this. And out of that, they formed what is called a technical working group for rare diseases. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, that's a huge thing as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we will have things to do with like policies and plans and strategies can be able to be developed from there. It's small steps, but we're getting there.
Yeah. Next, I sort of want to take this on, sort of continuing that same thread and ask the question that, so now we're in a space where action is just beginning to form for rare diseases. And so then I guess the biggest action that is still very much needed, even for other chronic diseases, but for rare diseases even more, is on awareness. So what are you doing, as an individual, who is a caregiver of someone living with rare disease, but also even as the organization as well?
So as an individual, I start with creating awareness from where I stay. People I live with, I tell them why my son is the way he is. I don't hide my son. I let people experience him the way he is. There are those who will have their own issues, but that's their problem. Sometimes I think people will also respond how you respond. So if I have accepted this, accepting doesn't mean I've resigned to it and I am happy about it. It simply means it is the way it is. But I'm doing something about it, or I'll I'm moving on, or I'm making lemonade out of these lemons, And so I start from where I live. I started with the family, telling them about what rare diseases are, the community I live in, and beyond that, now with this organization, with Rare Disorders Kenya, we are able to talk about it. We go for CMEs, that is continuous medical education for doctors. So we talk with doctors, general public. We had